everybody, and welcome to CoastCast. We are recording 3 pods today.
Yeah, we haven't had these clothes on for 3 weeks.
Rachel's already been complaining. She says she's not happy with her stylist because it looks like she's wearing the same clothes 3 weeks in a row.
Come straight from work, man.
Well, you're at work now?
Never off.
That way, what you definitely get paid for. Yeah, we're on a 3-pod run. In our 3rd pod of the evening, we have the brilliant KEIRAN BOWE. Yeah, how are you doing, KEIRAN?
Hello.
He's back, and the reason why he's back is because we've actually we've already recorded a podcast with KEIRAN, but I fucked up the audio on it. So we're
it was
back.
a really good one as well. It was really funny.
It was quality. So we're hoping we are going to make this one even better. But first, we have an announcement to make.
Ooh.
We have a new event.
Drum roll.
That's going to knock everybody's ears who's listening on Spotify. We have a new event. We decided it was a year was too long to wait for another CoastFest event, so we have put together
more work,
yeah, an intervenue music festival on North Shields Fish Quay, which will be in between the Salt Market Social, the Engine Room, and 3 Tanners Bank, and we have called it the Coastal Crawl.
Yay.
And we are very much looking forward to it, and we feel like we have put together a brilliant lineup.
Sick. Fish Quay Festival, what?
Exactly. So our headliner for the event is the amazing Paul Smith from the Mighty Maximo Park, which we're really excited about. I've seen Paul live before, and it's a really great show. We've also got some amazing other artists who are national touring artists. We've got Tom A. Smith, who's doing phenomenally well in the industry at the moment. We've got Lizzie Iso. I always struggle with her surname. Am I right?
I think it's Iso.
Lizzie Iso, yeah.
She's confusing.
She's playing. We've got the brilliant Club Paradise playing. Ryan, who does our amazing graphics for CoastFest. KEIRAN is also
Who's he?
on the bill. KEIRAN BOWE, who is also on the bill. We've got the brilliant Michael Curran. There is loads and loads of PV Wonders are playing. Kit Trigg, who are amazing. I've seen them at the Surf Cafe a while ago. It's when I first met Dean.
Oh yeah, I remember,
Yeah, and
your brother, he's playing.
Carl's
nice
playing. Carl Doughfield's playing. Northern Fred's all the way from Whitehaven. We've also got Swine Tax, who I absolutely love. They're going to be playing as well. So yeah, if you go on our socials, the CoastFest socials, you see all the information there. You can pick up your tickets. Well, you should be able to pick up your tickets by now, but have yourselves a look, see who you fancy seeing. There'll be a clash finder coming out as well, so you know where you need to be at which times, and you're not going to miss anybody. So yeah, we're really excited. So we don't have to wait a full year.
For the date for that is
the 17th of February.
Oh, wait.
Amazing.
It's probably going to snow.
Probably.
We're used to bad weather, I'm sure.
Snowfest.
Sliding down.
Sliding down.
Indoors, man, it'll be fine.
Bring your sleds.
By now, there should be our first phase lineup. We are actually talking to a few other artists who hopefully are going to join the bill. And yeah,
it's pretty packed, like, isn't it?
Dead excited. It's a really good first year lineup.
Something for everyone there, like, isn't it?
I think we're being very lucky in the fact that we've had our first CoastFest under our belt, and it's kind of attracting more artists, and the national tourers are like actually approaching us and asking if they can play our events now as well, which is absolutely brilliant, and that's a position we need to be in because it was hard booking the first year CoastFest.
People don't trust you though, do they?
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like kind of, although we've been putting events on for years and stuff, it's a difficult one with the agents because you go, oh, I want you to come play, your artist to come play this particular festival. How long's it been going for? Oh, well, it's our first year, and they're like, I don't know. But now we've got one under our belt. We're attracting some great artists. We've got a phenomenal lineup, I believe, for the Coastal Crawl, and really looking forward to that.
Mint.
But anyway,
proper mint.
KEIRAN.
Hello.
At our second attempt. How are you doing, mate?
Take 2. I'm not too bad. Good. How are you?
Not bad. Bad. I'm a little bit knackered after doing these 3 pods in a row.
Hard work, like, isn't it, sitting down and talking?
Drinking Diet Coke.
It's the most relaxing part of my day. You know what I mean? Yes, I can sit down and just talk.
Yeah, but I mean, what we usually do is on our podcasts, we just go right back to the start and just see how you got into music and how you ended up on a stage doing as well as what you're doing now. But yeah, how did all that start?
I had a guitar when I was young. I think we all did, didn't we? Really, or some sort of instrument.
Yeah.
And
brought up around music. Never actually was able to play the guitar. Always got told the story off my mum. I was sitting outside while she was having a bath, pretending to play Teenage Dirtbag.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, I didn't know the words because I was really young. So she always says to me, "Oh, you were singing I'm just a Chinese Asian baby, not a teenage dirtbag baby." I was young, didn't know the lyrics. Probably started there. And then, went to uni, met some people that went to music. I got told I had a voice. Still get told that these days and find it hard to believe. Was in a few bands doing covers and stuff. Butchered a lot of songs.
Everybody does it when they first start off, you know, like you sort of jam with your pals and stuff like that, and then you find, you know, with guitars trying to do Oasis and Stairway to Heaven covers and shit like that, you know what I mean? And you always butcher them, but you practice and you get better, and then you move forward like you have.
Yeah, I went backwards first. I went solo because there was just too much fallouts and stuff like that. Too many terrible band names. And then
one?
Do you want one of them?
Yeah.
Right.
The
So this
worst
wasn't
one.
obviously me that came up with this name. And at the time I probably should have twigged on, but one of them was Tamala Prime,
What? Tamala Prime?
which if you rearrange the words, it's Tame Impala.
Ah.
Alice thought it was a new flavour of Prime that everyone's going to be planning in our stuff for.
It is a shit name, that mine.
It's terrible. Sounds like a transformer, literally.
I left the band when I think I was 18 or 19. I left the band, falling out with the guy in the band because of we'd played this couple of sets for ages and ages around all the Irish bars in Liverpool, and I said we need to change the set, we need some new songs, and so I went away and he went away to think about what songs we'd come back with, and I came back and I had all this like 1920s Robert Johnson blues style songs and stuff like that, and this was in the 90s. And he came back and he said, "I'd like to do Bryan Adams, everything I do." Yeah,
Do it for you.
Yeah.
Do it for you.
That was...
It was in the
one
chart.
that was on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Yeah,
That
it was like
19
number
weeks at
one. Yeah, it was like number one for 3 years or something, and everyone was sick of it. And that was the first suggestion he came back with, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he said, "Also maybe some Cat Stevens," and I was like, "Okay, I'm digging that," you know what I mean? And he went, "I was thinking Morning Has Broken." I was like, "Oh, Jesus
Oh my
Christ."
God.
That's goodbye.
That was it. That was the end of the band.
Creative differences.
Yeah,
make or
creative
break a
differences.
band,
Yeah. Shit songs.
Deary me.
Shit songs, shit names.
But anyway, shit band, shit name. You move on. What comes next?
Went solo. Enjoyed writing a few songs that no one would contest with, etc., which were my songs. And then after a few gigs, don't know, I was in the recording studios and it was just like, I need a band.
Was that recording studios at college or university or something?
No. Probably should have took advantage of those,
Yeah.
but didn't think of that. I was at Blast, doing 2 singles, and realised I needed a band, and that's really hard. But now my drummer is also my best mate, so he's tied down. As is Roadie, my bass player.
I've got to shout out Billy, man.
We've got to shout out, but you know what it is? He got his annual Lego set 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did he? I remember this story because I look after a lot of Kieran's music stuff now, and when I first met Kieran, it was upstairs at the Old Arches, and he brought Billy with him, and he goes, "Oh, this is Billy, he's my roadie, we're paying him in Lego." I was like, what?
What a
Do
sick job.
you still get that annual Lego set?
Oh, anyway, he doesn't take money off work because he's my drummer's best mate, and
He's a
obviously
proper
now
super fan as well, and
oh,
he's a really
proper
good
super
kid.
fan. He's
That's
great.
good, like.
But his company pay for his fuel, so he refuses to take money off. And I was like, I'm not having
Billy's
you.
company would have something to say
know.
about it.
We probably.
Disclaimer on the bottom of the
I'm not going to name his
podcast.
company, so they wouldn't know.
Should we call
You
him a
just
different
named
name?
him.
Well,
Right,
Jeremy, and he works somewhere that pays for his fuel.
We'll call him Gimli because that's what he looks. He looks like
Gimli.
Gimli from Lord of the Rings. So Gimli. We're getting him an annual Lego set because if you go into his flat, it's mad. He's got X-wings hanging from the ceiling.
Oh.
He's got like an international space station on top of his like
Oh my
record
God.
player. He's got like a, I don't know what you call it, what your TV stand with like drawers in. He's knocked out the drawers so he can fit in like Lego in the drawers.
That's so cool.
Like an air fryer made out of Lego and stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, the only plant he's got in his flat is a bonsai tree, which is Lego.
Oh, that's sick.
So
What did you get him this year, Dan?
we got him. You know what it is? It's really hard to try and tell him like you try and put on this thing that you're not buying him Lego, but you are, because we need to find out what he has got and hasn't, because he's got so much. But we got him something from the Obi-Wan series, some Lego ship that he didn't have. And he was really happy with it. I was going to get him on stage and at the Grove gig the other week and be like, this is a present for Roddy and all that. But he said he would have actually left the band if we did.
He is like the extra member of the band, isn't he? He's such a good kid.
We had tried him with an instrument before. Literally, we started him on tambourine and it looked like he was having a seizure. He can't keep in time. It's just
Made out of Lego, so it just smashed off.
But you're about now. You've got your band together. You're releasing singles and stuff like that. Tell us about that process, because obviously it is quite a nerve-wracking process putting your music down and recording it and then presenting it to the world. But you've done quite well so far, haven't you?
It's done well. I've always said to the band as well, it's as much as about them as it's about me. And that's under my name, but I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without them. So if there's any like ideas they've got, I always come on board. Still haven't had an idea in about 3 years, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's an interesting process. It always changes. One day you can pick up the guitar and you're playing the same chords that have just always been tuning out for the past 3 months and can't get anything with. Recently, it's weird. We're in the studio on Monday and recording a song I wrote like 2 weeks ago. But the idea came whilst having a crisp sandwich. So it always just fluctuates how these ideas come about. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the same with me. Like when I come up with these daft ideas to run events and stuff, 90% of the time I'm on the toilet having a shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
John, you text me at the same
All
time.
the time. I text you
Do you
when I'm on
remember
the
the song?
toilet all the time.
What was the song? The Newcastle song?
What's that, sorry?
Oh, the Wembley thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you text me and said, I've been on the toilet, I've just
That
written a
was
song.
4 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
Do you know what? Every time I get in my car, that song comes on because it's
Same.
the only one I've bought on bloody
Because it's the
iTunes.
best one you've got on your phone. That's
The
why.
only one.
No, basically that was I'd woke up right in midnight for the toilet, and I was sitting on the toilet, and I was just it's shite like, but you know what I mean, it's a football song. All football songs are shit, but like it was line after line coming at us, and I was like, fuck you, mate.
4 o'clock in the morning, line after line in the toilet. That's
No.
Different party there.
It's a completely different party. But yeah, it's mad how like sometimes you'll go through a period where like you're not able to write anything, and then the times when you most expect it, so when you least expect it, when you're 4 o'clock in the morning on the toilet, you text me back, I've got this tune, sending it all across.
Well, I had my girls' team, I coach football teams, I had my girls' team and my boys' team all in a venue watching that final, and we played the song before the final. And all the parents were going like, where's this come from? And I was like, my mate wrote it while he was having the shit.
Hey, you got quite far in iTunes though.
Did all right, aye.
You were neck and neck with Sam at one point. That was weird.
Oh, burst him. I've got the screenshots. No, I think it was like Hypersonic Missiles, what's been out for like 3 years or something like that, and then we like overtook that. Like it was but you've had plenty going on and stuff like that, and obviously, like I know firsthand like the amount of like hard work. Oh, where's Kaylee? I know firsthand the amount of hard work what you put in the music. So again, like it has to be commended. What you do, and like, you're quite prolific with writing your songs and stuff like that, and recording them and getting them out. And there's a lot of good stuff going forward as well, isn't there?
Definitely, yeah. Sometimes a bit too prolific. Like we'll come into the rehearsing studio, and I'll be like, lads, I've got something. You see me drum my eyes, go, oh yeah, another song. Like
I get WhatsApp messages all the time. Yeah, listen to this. I still haven't even listened to that one you sent us the other day.
I'll play it soon. You'll hear it soon.
Oh, nice one.
But yeah, we've got. It was meant to be a quiet end of the year. I think we agreed that was going to be the case, and then bookings came in, which we couldn't turn down. So yeah, we've got a support which is quite big, which we still haven't announced. I don't think we can announce until it is announced.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supporting the cover sets on the 28th of this month at the Clooney, and 2 days later we're at the Gathering Sounds in Stockton, which is a mint lineup this year. Like
yeah,
really,
so
really
good. I was looking
packed.
at it too. Yeah, it's like proper good lineup.
But in the studio on Monday recording, I think, with 2 days, so we'll probably get 2 songs in there. Definitely know which one of them I'm doing. So yeah, it's all fun. Trying to balance the music work-life balance, and we've got a new lead guitarist in who, eventually, I think we've got one nailed down now, which is great. He came to the studio and not the studio, the practice room, and he mentioned Star Wars and football within the first 10 minutes, and that was like so happy days.
You sent us a WhatsApp message saying, got a new guitarist, he likes Star Wars and football, he's hired. I was like, how does it sound?
Can you play guitar?
Yeah, he can play guitar. He can play guitar.
No, I've not heard him play guitar, to be fair, like, I'm only joking, but yeah. No, it's always good when you've got like members of the band who are into the same kind of things as what you are, especially musically as well, if you're all heading in the same direction. It's only,
totally, yeah.
Yeah, it's only ever
Brian
gonna...
Adams, everything I do.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk a little bit more about your music after you played a song for us, but we just wanted to say thank you for your help with CoastFest as well, because you were on site for quite a lot of the time.
I feel like you were a roadie a lot of the time.
He was the Greggs runner.
Yeah.
That was great. I took
I didn't get a GREGGS, by the way.
there was a full bag there. Well, we know who took the GREGGS.
We know who took
We had
the
this
GREGGS.
conversation.
Yeah.
We know who took the GREGGS.
We know who took I looked like a pasty by the end of the week.
Because the same person also took your Heineken bottles.
Yeah.
It was my Heineken.
It was your
bottles.
Heineken
It was
bottles,
both. I don't think you knew the difference between the fully leaded and the 0% ones.
Was it
but
like
then
this?
It was all gone.
Well, I've been drinking for a while, and I was keeping myself cold Heinekens, but one for at the end of each night. Event I'd just seen that we're not going to name the person, we're not going to embarrass anybody, but we're seeing this particular person walking around the site. No, I think you came to us and went,
snitched.
somebody in the little grass here goes, someone's walking around the site drinking your Heineken bottles in. I was knackered, right, and I was like proper like foaming with other things and stuff, i.e. cease and desist orders and all that bollocks, right? And I was like, drink them with frickin' Heineken. Stormed it. The next drink in now was half a bag of GREGGS, got all my Heineken Zeros I've got now. I was just like, what?
Starving.
But yeah, you were on
scored.
site witnessing all of that carnage.
You scored from the GREGGS, didn't you? You
I
scored.
scored big time from that GREGGS. And to be fair, I did have the conversation with one of you, but I think you were a lot stressed. It just went over your head. So I was like, can I use my GREGGS app whilst I purchase this? Yeah, whatever. So then I had like, I think it was 16 free pasties on the back of that, which was absolutely amazing.
I was like, I think it was like every day, pretty much every day of the building, like throughout the week, I was just giving me credit card to KEIRAN and just going, KEIRAN, will you just...
Well, I did the first run, the first and only GREGGS run that I did, and I phoned you on the way back from somewhere. I can't remember where I'd been to pick something up, and I phoned you and went, shall I get a GREGGS on the way back? And you went, yeah. And I meant like me, you, and a couple of other people who were on site. I went, how many do you want? He went, get about 30 pasties. And I was like, what? And the people in the queue did not like, I don't know if you experienced the same, but you know, you got like 10 people behind you and going, and 2 of them ones, and 3 of
We've
them
got
ones.
to wait for the
and
ovens to like cook the rest of them. Sorry guys, we're all out.
It was worse for us because I was at the GREGGS in Cobalt, which is obviously just up from where I work from. So my colleagues were behind me in the queue. They were on their dinner break, and I'm turning around and like, Harried.
And have you got any vegan pasties left?
Took a couple of days off work to go and get the pasties. No.
Literally.
You did loads though. You did
I enjoyed
so
it.
well.
Although
I remember the worst part is I knew KEIRAN was going to be playing on Sunday, and he picked up a beer barrel, didn't you?
picked up a beer
Picked
barrel.
up a beer barrel we were unloading all the beer. It was freaking millions of barrels, and we were getting them off this truck, and he just went ow like that, and then looked, and he had this big frigging gash.
Oh, my
in your-
legs are
You
gone.
know what it is as well? What annoyed me more was the guy that was supplying the barrels was like, oh, get them all the time, it's just a little cut. It was not just a little cut. Like, I had to get like dressing a lot.
And it was on your left hand, so your
me actual
fretting hand.
yeah,
isn't
it
You
was.
know what I mean?
It was devastating. You know what it is? I do it all again in a heartbeat. And I've said I'll do it again next year, as
But
long
you
as I'm
won't
not
pick that
putting bunting up on the fence.
Oh, really?
No, I
Me
got
and
roped
Ollie
into that
look
one.
like a
Yeah,
Chuckle
it's
Brothers.
terrific.
doing that.
Let's swap jobs, right? You do the Harris fencing, and I'll do the bunting.
The
'cause
Harris
I'm
fencing?
cut to bits off the fencing.
Yeah, the
external
fencing.
fencing.
Oh, yeah, I'll do
On
that.
the Monday, when everyone said they were going to help and no one turned up, I literally pulled down a full perimeter fence by myself for a long time.
Yeah,
God bless you.
do you know what I found the other day? Because my van died. It's gone to Van Heaven.
Oh,
Oh, we missed the van.
yeah,
Like,
no, so I had to clear it.
you're not getting a new one for next year. You do know this, don't you?
I
Because we
will
need to
have a
van.
new
Like.
one for next year. Yeah. In case we need to start skiing Hutchett round time off. But I found the The rusty old wrench that we
Oh,
put all our fencing up
Whose
with.
wrench was it?
I have no
I
idea.
feel like it might
Ben's?
have
No
been.
idea.
Was it Ben?
Ben had sets of stuff, or might be Jazz.
Might be.
No, I think it was Ben's the rusty one. So
I
Ben,
have the wrench.
if you're watching / listening to the podcast, you're not getting that wrench back, mind.
No, it's in my house.
Yeah,
it's in his
John's-
house's
We're
house.
gonna
You've
keep
got
it
no
as a
choice.
like memory.
If it's a member of staff.
Bad
I'm gonna get it
memories.
framed.
Well, I remember when we had to put the I think you were maybe something and we were bashing in the tent pegs for the marquee on the side, and it would literally smash two
Oh, the sledgehammer. that
sledgehammers. We
broke
borrowed a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
No, we borrowed a sledgehammer, and it was the first hit. The first hit, wasn't it? First hit with this sledgehammer that we borrowed, and the head just fell off. And me and Chris looked at each other like, "Oh well, that's not going to work, is it?"
I didn't want to tell anyone either. I felt so bad, so I just started ringing people who I knew might have a sledgehammer, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll be down half an hour."
Yeah, well, I do look back fondly on those times, because at the time I was like, "Oh, this is a fucking nightmare," but like it was really
learning
good
curve,
fun,
man.
and we do really appreciate all your help, and it was good that other people as well jumped on board, like Lyndon came down and stuff,
Yeah,
and
it was
there was loads
Just
of
tons of people who came down and were super helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because me and John had enough.
proper had
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known unless you were there on the Monday.
Oh, that Monday was horrific, like the
was.
Monday
I
after.
think I sat in the field by myself and had a little cry.
9:30 at night I got off that field. Just so I could go
I
back the next day.
had to leave at about, I think, 3:30.
I was
Yeah,
But
you
I
had to
was,
go-
I was like, I couldn't
it's the
see or
dirtiest
anything
I've
by that
ever
stage.
been.
Like,
I literally went in the bath and my mum was like, "Well, you got fake tan on?" I went, "No, it's just mud. It's literally mud."
I mean, I thought I was black, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for having to leave that day.
So you
but
should.
well, I had my American friends from California. I hadn't seen them all week
Do it again.
on camera. I had to look after them at some point. I hadn't seen them
I
all
could have
week.
done it on Tuesday.
it's all
It
done
It
by
did look after them on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. It did look after them on Tuesday. I tell you why. Because I was in the
Do I wanna
production.
know?
I was in the production office with Rachel and John doing some graphic
And me,
data.
I remember.
And I walked out onto the field, and bless them, I love them to death, right? They're lovely, the Californians. Walking around the site, bearing in mind I'm under muckle scrutiny by the council here, right? So, walking around, right? One of them's got a bottle of gin with the top open, right? One of them's got a bottle of wine. Walking down the side, swigging, thingy, trying to put bullet up. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, if the council walked on here and see the staff walking around with a bottle of gin, that's going to be, they'll shut the whole thing down.
I'm sure.
No,
So
but
you did look after them.
No,
did
I
you
meant the
know?
Tuesday after.
No, they wouldn't have known.
Oh, they were
Tuesday
gone.
after- Oh, they were long
Yeah, they
gone.
were
uh,
gone.
Oh, so were they here on the Monday though?
Yes, but they were waiting for me to go out with them because I didn't know you needed a hand on the Monday. I just popped up to get my car and I was like, oh shit, I better get
Monday was tough. Monday everyone was
I
just
got a couple of chips in the
knackered.
car.
Have I told the story on the pod yet where I sent Liam, Federer and Martin Ellis home?
And then,
Monday.
yeah,
I
you
think
did.
you might.
Aye.
Yeah, that was a really good move,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
That's
send the,
basically-
removal van
The one with
away
the van
before we've
in the
removed
yeah,
everything.
you can go home and chill. Me and Rachel will just like drag everything into the car.
Basically what happened was, so I rang Liam because he's got a van, right? And Liam turned up his van and we did like 2 or 3 trips backwards and forwards, dropping stuff off different places, what we borrowed, putting stuff in storage, this, that and the other. And then on, I think it was like the 3rd trip, and on the way back I just says to my lads, get yourself away, there's a few quid, get yourselves to the pub for a pint. So they went to Spring for a pint, and and I got back on site and I was like, oh shit, the amount of stuff what was there, man, still. And I was like, and I just thought it was like the site was clear, but nah.
I've still got stuff in my car because I can't bear to look at it.
I'm getting bollocked at the minute off Sarah, because basically we've just had to clean the car out, but for I can't remember what reason, for I had to clean the car out the other day, and literally, right, there's still loads of stuff from CoastCast in the boot, so I've just put it on the stairs in the house, and like you've got to kind of manoeuvre your way around it. And I was leaving the house today, she dropped us off away and she can't say, when are you going to move that stuff? And I goes, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. She goes, you've been saying that for 3 freaking years. But yeah, moving on anyway. Obviously, you played the main stage at CoastFest, and it was a great performance. So here I didn't actually see it because I was running around like a divvy.
I did.
But,
I
yeah.
got some nice
Ah,
videos.
so, yeah, I lay on the
But,
grass and enjoyed that. Like,
How was your experience of playing the main stage?
Great. Up until I think it was the last 1 or 2 songs. The outdoor festival look that I've had is just non-existent. We did 2 last year, started off lovely, weather was great, we were like, oh, good crowd here, and then halfway through those sets, the heavens were open. And it was going great last year up until the last two, this year, sorry, up until the last two songs, it's just the heavens were open, it's just like, I'm cursed.
Did they?
I think it was for the last song, we got a
What do
little
you
bit
mean?
wet.
Did the heavens open? The heavens opened like on every possible given occasion. Like I think
It was
like
every
on
time
and
I've been
off.
that weekend.
It did a
don't
bit on the
think I
was it
realised.
Saturday.
Sunday.
I
Aye,
don't think I
Sunday.
realised.
Showers, wasn't it? The
Showers,
Maybe
yeah.
because my hair was that greasy, I would just never have known anyways. Like,
Lovely. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Just, you know, what you what you expect. Obviously, it's the first year, CoastFest, so
Yeah.
kudos to you for getting it spot on, because it was, yeah, if you would play any other festival, it's what you would expect them more, really. So
I
I
think
mean-
it was fun though because you seen both sides. So you had the front experience of being on the stage and watching everybody have a nice time, but then you were also at the back with us who were just panicking and running around screaming at each other. So
Exactly.
you literally seen both ends of the spectrum, didn't
which
you?
is hard for me when he asks these questions, which I know he's going to ask to sum it up in, you know, because there's 99 words.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't remember an awful lot about like the in between of the festival. I remember you were there at the start helping us out, and then you were there like pretty much all weekend, like on and off, and then you were even there for like my final beers in the clubhouse afterwards, and for like final debriefing. And I mean,
Sunday night.
I was like, because obviously I hadn't been drinking or whatever, and I was thinking I'm going to go over there and I'm going to sit at the tent. There's a few beers still left over. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to have a beers with the staff and all that. And I think we just all sat down and sat down and just literally couldn't be arsed.
Yeah.
to even
It's
have
because your
it.
soul leaves your body as soon as you
It
stop.
does.
Yeah.
After a full week, you're just like, oh god.
I tell you what, it's worth mentioning. I didn't want to stroke your ego any more than I probably should, but Thursday night,
I know what
that
you're gonna
steak
say.
that you made
Unreal.
was absolutely unbelievable.
Well, John's been sacked from the bus for next year. He's now on catering. That steak was unbelievable, and you made us some sort of like chili chicken
rice stuff.
thing. I don't even know what it was, but I was like,
Amazing.
oh,
Especially when
you
you're
know,
not
you just need the
able to.
nutrients in you and all that, and you just came up with this amazing.
Ah, you missed
dish.
that one.
I heard. I'll be sticking around the whole time
Sweet
next
chili
year.
chicken rice.
So John's on catering next year. Like,
Mint.
actually, I'm just going to double your workload. You have to do the bus next year. So.
We can't afford steak though, so we might have to improvise.
Yeah, alright.
If you want
yeah.
catering, you might be able to feed yourself this year.
Yeah. I was like, we had this thingy in my head for the full week, didn't we? Like
Steak night.
steak night. Was it Thursday?
Was it
Yeah.
Thursday? Yeah, because that's.
Steak night.
I missed it. You
Thursday.
booked us off site for my friend walking around with a bottle of red wine.
How many John
them
been to
off
liquor stores?
now.
Aye, that was right. I was in a huff on her, so I put the job site.
It was like nearly midnight when we had it as
Yeah,
well,
it
wasn't
was.
Yeah, it was
Got a
late on.
really
Well,
nice
I was
photo.
still it was definitely Thursday because I was still hammering stuff into the fence.
Yeah, it
And
was.
everybody else had already eaten, and me and Sarah came back.
From your little conversation in the
From
car.
Oh yeah, no, I had to put a Barney in the car. But the thing is, so like, I'm surprised. Like, I think everybody at some point had a little bicker amongst each other, but like, it's everybody was there for the same reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, everybody just wanted things to
Yeah.
run well. That's why people were like, kind of like I had loads of arguments.
Did I argue?
Yes, did I argue with you?
I usually do, so I can't remember when I did.
Yeah,
Did I? Who was
Yeah.
it? Who was it to?
I don't want to name names, but it's about that thing that took ages to get done.
Oh yes.
Aye.
Yeah, that
Oh, I
was.
remember you kicking Ollie out the production office.
Yeah, Ollie, I'm really sorry. I was a bitch.
So basically, just in short terms, we were like stressed out. Obviously, I mentioned it again with the cease and desist order, and we're like trying to get our heads together, sort it out. And then Ollie, who was like, he was a volunteer of ours, and he's always been very, very good to me, Ollie, you know, helped us out with different things.
I've worked with Ollie for years at
he
Linda's
helped us out
Farm.
with the festival. He's an absolute legend, you know. But he'd finished his work, what he'd done, and he came into the production office pissed. He
Oh,
went,
that's
this
nice.
Saturday, over, Saturday, over. And Rich was like,
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
but yeah,
I don't
everybody,
think I did it to anyone else though.
everybody kind of forgives each other though, because like I say, everyone's there for the same reason. Everybody just wants it to run well and stuff, and everyone's got like kind of. Everybody was stressed because we were on some strict deadlines and stuff. But
Yeah, everything was going
I'll
wrong.
make you a steak one night just for you.
Do you want to see
Thank
it?
you.
is that the steak?
Yeah.
Wow.
12 12 or 14 steaks.
You know what? I would go as far as actually.
Full table of people, man.
I would definitely go as far as saying, right, that your catering was better than the Leeds Festival
Totally,
catering we were talking
100%.
about in the other
No,
pod.
not. There's no comparison.
Tell you
like,
what, that's not difficult. Although at least
Oh, thanks.
No, we were posh catering, we were artist catering.
yeah, but
Artist
it's not
catering.
posh though. We ended up getting pizzas brought in
true.
afterwards.
Did you?
It was that bad.
if you're at Leeds Festival next year, it was hard to find something that was really, really nice. But we ended up going back to this place 3 times. They did fish finger sarnies, and that's all they specialised in.
Yes.
But it was like posh fish finger sarnies. Oh my god, I was in heaven. Unbelievable. I think I had good 5.
Do you wonder what they're called?
Can't remember the name, but apparently they were there this year because I had friends that were there and they went back.
We had a vegan fish stall at Lindersawn last week. Or 2 weeks. I don't
Vegan fish stall.
Vegan fish, right? And it was called Saving Nemo. And instead, what was it called? It was called Toefish.
Toefish.
Instead of tofu. Saving Nemo.
Anyway, we're gonna have to get moving on. We've heard a lot about Kieran's music, but are you gonna play us a song?
Apparently I am, and yeah, definitely go for it.
Nice one. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
My name's KEIRAN BOWE, and this song's called Hinny.
I grew an old head. It sat on 2 young shoulders. Looking back then, I couldn't muster the right words. It sure felt like I was up against the whole world. And I remember the night when it all came crashing down on us. But don't worry, Hinny, for when he goes out tonight, and don't worry, Hinny, 'cause in the end he'll be alright. The signs, the eyes, the white lines, oh so obvious. He just feels like a hopeless idiot. And don't worry, Hinny, for when he goes out tonight, and don't worry, Hinny, 'cause in the end he'll be alright. He'll be alive, but song. He just needs some time on his own. And get through this traditional born will always remain.
That was brilliant, Kieran. Nice
Yeah,
one.
well done,
Thank you
Kieran.
very
Thank
much.
you
very much.
Totally amazing. Last two questions of the pod. Firstly, tell us just what you've got coming up in the future. What's going on?
Yeah. So, like I said, we've got a few gigs coming up, which I mentioned earlier. You can buy tickets for them, and you can go to KEIRAN BOWE. Music on Facebook, or just KEIRAN BOWE on Instagram. It's EI.
Like every promoter in the world, whenever I book Kieran onto a show, right, we do the artwork, and I literally type it in the subject header and put his name in the emails every single time. I even do it myself.
Because you don't follow the rule, I before E.
I know, and look, I didn't name myself the way I did, but my dad says it's the Irish way of spelling it.
Right.
He's dyslexic. So yeah, got them gigs coming up. We're in the studio on Monday recording 2 new tunes. Big year planned for next year, with lots of music and lots of fun things. So if you want to check it out, there's the tags. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice one.
Excellent. And last but not least, and I know you're looking forward to this, describe Coast Fest 23 in 3 words.
Fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
Nice one, Kieran. Thank you very much.